Hello, ladies and gentlemen, Taurus friends. Taurus, how are you? It's so wonderful to be able to show you and offer you these end-of-year readings that I usually do in December for the following year. And this time I'm going to start with an oracle card from the Lemurian Star Child Oracle deck and talk a little bit about you, Taurus, and what I'm sensing for you, and then we'll go into the different trimesters and go more deeply into different areas of your life. Huge cards, big card stock. All right, we've got here the card of surrender. It's a beautiful card. Surrender. Release misaligned energies, retune to your truth. Retune to your truth. All right, what am I looking at here for you, Taurus? What am I looking at for you? There's a bit of frustration. I see a bit of frustration because there's things are not moving as fast as you would like. I see that you perhaps would have liked to purchase a home in this year 2023, but you're realizing that that's not possible. For a number of reasons. Probably you haven't found the right place. Perhaps you don't have enough money. There are so many different reasons. And be that as it may, one message that's coming to me for you is this, that in never, ever, at any time during the year, should you allow this sensation of not being able to do something, should you make that affect you in any negative way in relation to how you interact with other people. This is fundamental because this will be giving you the most heartache, let's say, during the year. Now I'm going to take the Lenormand deck. The Lenormand cards are an oracle deck that was created either in France, the jury's still out, France or Germany, and by a woman who was a quite renowned oracle herself, Madame Lenormand. But the Germans then have appropriated this deck and have fashioned the deck, but you can still see the two different decks on the market. The one that seems to be the French deck, it has smaller pictures with writing even on and interpretations in different languages on the cards themselves. And the German deck is more similar to these that I have in my hand. So these are 36 cards, and a grand tableau would use all of the cards, but I'm using a mini tableau that I've fashioned for myself. And this will work like this. I will put out this centerpiece of the grand tableau, and each card will be sitting in a house, in a position, and my reading will first discuss trimesters, the first 3 months, the second 3 months, the third 3 months, and the fourth 3 months, and then go to the individual houses, what occurs. All right, so the first trimester, we've got, it is not, for you, Taurus, it is not necessarily the best time for you to travel. Actually, the cards are very clear on this. Do not, if you can choose not to travel, do not travel. It would not be in your best, to your best advantage to travel. And even if, and many of you would like to be moving toward someone you love, seeing them, it will cause you that. It will cause you to not be able to see someone. It'll cause you to stay away from someone. But remember that, hold on, the trimester is fast, and it will be over after a short while. Then the next 3 months, April, May, and June, we have a situation here where there is a, just a moment, let me check because I'm seeing Something. Let's see. Then, okay. Then I'm seeing things that are asking you, especially the women among you, Taurus. I'm seeing that you're being called upon to make decisions concerning a woman and in relation to a woman. It is also a woman who will help you make those decisions. So it will be, whether you're a man, male or female, it will involve a woman, but it also will involve another woman to help you come to the response of how to make that decision, how to decide. This will take up much of the 3 months, but at the end of that trimester, you will feel fully grounded and you will actually have the great sensation that this is a new beginning for you. Amen. We're going to start again. Finally, we're starting again, Then we have the 3rd trimester, July, August, and September. And I have here the image that you, Taurus, are going to sort of not give up, but your shift, your mindset in relation to monies, dollars and cents, change, chink-a-chink, however you want to call it, is going to change. You are less reliant on and dependent on it for your health and well-being. And this is going to be all the work that you will have to do on yourself, and it's going to happen in that precise moment. July, August, September. You're not going to have to, you will willingly look within. And it comes out as an aha moment, Taurus. This is it, no more, I've done, I'm finished. And I'm going to turn to something more and more important, whether it's love, whether it's spirituality, whether it's a sensation of being one with others. So you have a sensation of loss in many respects, loss of the old you. Of course, following the 2nd trimester, Taurus, you have that, I just started something new. Let me see where this is going to lead me. And when you finally accept that something new is afoot, that's when at the end of that trimester, towards the month of September, you start realizing, I'm going to make a strategy. I'm going to plan and see if my plans will help me to get where I want to go. Then we're on the last trimester, October, November, and December. And there will be a lot of talk concerning your sense of security. Many of you might even want to invest in an insurance policy or some kind of investment to help with your sense of security. And there is, those of you who live alone are going to consider, or, moving back with someone, moving back with your parents if you're of that age, maybe moving with to help them, but you're going to go back somewhere. You're going to go back home. Go back home, but it is a positive movement back home. It is a decision you willingly make, but it is a curse and a blessing. It will both help you and try your patience, which is, at the beginning. When you know that you have to do that, you accept it because you know that that's going to be the case. And here too, there's another woman. There is this sense of a gift that someone is giving you. And it is in the form of a woman. It is the sense of having freedom, the sense of having wisdom more than freedom, learning how to move forward in your life. You either meet or go back and speak to someone who is mature, but not necessarily the grandma figure, or not necessarily an older person or an older acquaintance, but it is someone who nonetheless you feel can give you what you need for your future. Now I'm going to look at the cards in each house. And in the house of endings and beginnings, going back and forth, ending, stopping, turning, and moving, that's going to be prominent all year round. I've closed this chapter. I'm going to open another chapter, and it will involve moving. It will involve moving. The area of the spread that concerns surprises will relate to decisions that you have to make. You're always afraid of whether, when you make a decision, you take whatever you decide, there's always one part of that that you deny, that you don't take. So there's always something that you leave behind. And in this year, the decisions that you make will always surprise you, the outcome of that decision, in a positive way. Now we have the House of Endings. Again, I touched on this before, and it has to do with the way you perceive your sense of money, your link to actual finance. The money that you have, how much money you have, you're going to put that on the back burner. Then the oral communication here is what gives you more a sense of balance and a sense of security. You're going to prefer it over the written word, over chatting, over emails. You're going to need to speak to the persons involved. Your livelihood and your work. Now, there is an ambiguity here, and you've understood so far by what I've been saying. It seems that your work and livelihood, there's going to be a door that closes, but there's also going to be a door that opens. And in many ways, there is a slight regret for the one that closes, but you are eager to look forward. Again, the reading comes up and highlights that there is a woman who points you in the direction of security, your sense of security. It may be that woman who tells you, don't worry, this door is closing, but you will be so surprised when you see another door opening. Now, in terms of guidance, you will, Taurus, be guided by your emotions more than anything else. You'll be taking decisions on a whim, given, suggestions given by a woman who will point you in the right direction, but it's ultimately your final decision, and you make the decision with your gut, with your heart. Then the house that talks of the home, the actual home, and it's very clear there's the rider moving right into that house. You will be moving. It actually it actually spells out, Taurus, you're moving somewhere. You're going to move. Then the house that concerns public life. Here, for you, this was not the case in Aries, the Aries reading. This is completely different here. Taurus, you probably want to keep your cards close to your vest. You do not want to talk about your business out loud. You don't want to write about your business out loud. You don't want to, you be very careful of who you speak to. Then there is the area of the spread that concerns matters of written communication. There's no surprise here, because we did say that oral communication is what is preferable. Well, you always weigh your words much more in written communication, and it always seems to give you a little bit of problems when you send it too quickly, the email out, and you always have to make amends. The area that concerns decisions to make, this is something you will try to bypass. It's not something you want to do. You're always going to ask for help, ask for advice, ask for counsel in terms of the decisions that you need to make. Even as small as what kind of chairs to buy, new chairs, or even as large as, shall I get a divorce? They always want to get Not, you just don't want to make those decisions, but you're going to be called again and again during the year to make relevant, important decisions. Then nuisances, the problems that, little problems that arise during the year. And there's no secret here. It is linked to the home, to the house, to this movement. I'm seeing there's this shift, Taurus. There's the shift of you knowing that moving is going to help you, but then knowing that it's going to irk you and doing it just the same. It's a very mature reasoning pattern. I'd like to see this for you, Taurus. Then something hidden, matters of the heart here. We did talk about you hiding things, hiding matters of the heart. This is something that you and you alone know. You do not want to share it with anyone. Because some of it is painful, some of it is not, and some of it is playful, and some of it is not. But you don't want to tell everyone about your play, your pain, and any of it at all concerning your emotional state with matters of the heart. Concern with written communication. This is a new area for you, Taurus. Written communication is going to be very interesting. Why? Because it will be as if you start to write poetry. You start to put black on white. Let me use keywords today. This is how I feel. Or color. You take crayons and you start coloring. Green. This is how I feel today. The next day you add another color. So there's this written down section of your life. This sort of like an open blank page that you fill in by writing representations, drawings, actual words that helps you reason the entire year. Male influences. Beware of a male who wants to give you, who wants to counsel you, who wants to tell you what to do. No, just turn up your heels and leave. You're not going to need their advice. Their advice won't be beneficial for you. And then the last house that I'm looking at is the house of female influences, and they are, as we did already mention here, with the sense of security, they will always be positive, and there are surprises from them. Actual gifts, spiritual gifts that come to you from a female presence, a female influence in your life. Really interesting. Now I'm going to crown the reading with the runes that these are antler teeth. They fall out, so they are found and used with etched runes inside. Okay, now I've got a situation. I got a situation here. All right. Okay, now the way they are placed one on top of another here. All right, we got it. We got it. We got it. Okay. Now, first things first, we've got here need. You need patience. Needing patience. Okay, I have both Hagal and need. These two point to delays. They point to delays. They point to something that's out of your control. So please just bear with everything and take your time. Perdro, one of my favorite runes. It's a magical, mystical rune. Perdro, they talk about hidden secrets and the occult, and here too we did talk about the hidden secrets and the occult, and you might find yourself as being part of that world or being drawn to that world. And it also hides secrets, and secrets emerge, surprises emerge, as we mentioned here. Soilo is right in the center of this casting, and Soilo is literally the sun. Victory, great power, success. It's very strong, very strong. Even when, Taurus, matters of the heart seem to slip away from you. your power is still there. Then I have Isa here. Isa literally in RuneSpeak means ice, a freeze, a cooling down in a relationship. Again, the relationship is the area during the year that just doesn't suit you, doesn't give you any satisfaction, but that it doesn't break you either. Then we've got here Dieg. Dieg means growth, means increase, means development, means quickening up of paces, quickening up of things that are being delayed. Like we mentioned, there are 2 runes that talk about delays. This rune gives you a little bit more speeded up process. Then there is the rune Ingvats. Ingvats again talks with Soilo of a successful conclusion, relief. There is a milestone for many of you Tauruses in the year 2023. A lot going on. There is ebullience here. There's movement. There's heart yes, heart no. Stay away from a male in terms of consultancy or any kind of input to help you with your decisions. Look for a female for that. Ladies and gentlemen, Taurus friends, I do hope this was of help to you. It was a pleasure, and have a wonderful holiday season and a great new year. Namaste, ladies and gentlemen, Taurus friends. Bye-bye.